The Johnsons and Barrys have been good friends for 8 years. I'm Camilla Johnson. I'm 17 years old and I would like to share with you the worst experience of my life. My father, Kieran Johnson, has been living in the suburban community of Mitroville for 10 years. And ever since he left the military, he chose to settle down with his family. He, my mom, and I, and not quite after we moved to that peaceful community, we had our neighbor, the Barrys. They had been our closest friends in the community, and even though every other member of the community was friendly, but the Barrys were the closest. My mom and Mrs. Barry would go out together for shopping, sometimes I go with them, and sometimes I stay home and watch sport games with Mr. Barry and my dad. Things were going well, especially when Mr. and Mrs. Barry had their first child, Sammy. Everyone was so happy, especially I, because to me, he's like my little brother, and he grew up with me, so nothing changed. I still see him as my little brother, and he sees me as his big sister. We attend the same school, and I pick him up after class, and we walk back home together. Everything seemed nice and well until that day when they came over to our place for dinner, and along with them was a new face. A cute one, actually. And he was introduced as Damon Barry, Mr. Barry's younger brother. We welcomed him, and he and my dad really got along with conversations. He seemed like the nice type, and even when he looked at me, I could see a cute, handsome face with a friendly smile. Days went by, and we ran into each other pretty often. This wasn't weird because we were neighbors. Although he did not attend the same high school with me because he was planning to go to college. He was actually much older than me, like 23 or 24, and that's like 6 or 7 years older than me. Talking to him was nice because he was mature with his conversations, and though we didn't talk often, but the few times we did, it wasn't bad. Deep down, I thought I might be having a crush on him. One day, something weird happened. I closed from school, walking home, and I saw him waiting for me. This was really unusual. In fact, it had never happened before. I asked him what he was doing there, and he said that he came to check out something around. We both walked home having different conversations. It looked nice, but I had a feeling about it. The next day, I saw him again. I asked him why he was waiting for me, and this time he said he had come to pick Sammy. So we both picked him and we went home. The next day, after closing, I was walking home. I didn't have to go pick Sammy as he had not come to school. He had a little cold, so his mom had him rest. So I was walking home and I heard Damien's voice call me. I looked behind and he was walking towards me. At that point, it seemed really weird and strange. I was very scared. It's been 3 days straight that he had been coming outside school. I asked him what he was doing this time, and he said nothing. I suspected something was going on, so I decided to change the direction, and I told him that I wouldn't be passing the normal way home, and that I have to drop a notebook for someone, and I will use another road back home. So he walked straight home, and I went back and passed another route. But what gave me the biggest scare was while passing the second way home, I was thinking about why he would come waiting for me every day. But suddenly, I looked behind. I saw Damien. He was already walking towards me. Why would he change direction and follow me? However, I got home safe, but still scared. At this point, I asked myself a series of questions, and all I got was no answer. I didn't know what to do next. My parents won't believe me because they see him like a good person. My mom saw that I was sad. She asked me what was going on, and I didn't know whether to tell her or just keep it to myself. What happened next scared me to the highest peak. Mrs. Barry came in looking scared and told me and my mom about what she had just discovered. She found a box with pictures of girls right under Damien's bed. Young teenage girls. All these girls happened to be girls that Damien had been alleged of stalking and assaulting, but never convicted, because there was no evidence. He came to Mr. Barry seeking a new life because he already had a bad record in 3 different communities. Immediately, we told my dad and we all came up with a plan. Due to the closure between the 2 families, we decided to leave the police out of the plan. I was cool with it, but I had to play along. That day, Damien was told that Sammy would be taken out for checkup by Mrs. Barry and my mom, and my dad won't be around for a few days. so I will be the only one at home. Everyone had made the plan just to see what Damien would do if he knew no one would be around me. The only one who didn't know about the plan was Mr. Barry. He hasn't really been around lately. So, when everyone had gone out based on the plan, I was alone at home, scared, expecting to know what will happen next. Just like it was planned, Damien came and knocked on my door. Now, I didn't want to open the door, but it would have ruined the plan. We had to catch him red-handed, but I just hoped they'd come in time before he hurt me. Damien was trying to bring up conversations, but the fear in me couldn't make me flow well. Next, he started asking me about my underwear, like what color of pants was I wearing currently, my bra size, what do I do when I'm horny. It was weird, and at that moment he started walking towards me. I knew something bad was about to happen. I told him to stop and stay back, but he grabbed my arms. That look on his face showed me the intent, and I knew I was going to be raped. I screamed, but he slapped me so hard that I fell on the floor. And on the floor was another view. I felt helpless. He ripped my jeans and started touching me. But like the plan was to succeed, my parents and Mrs. Barry rushed in. My dad punched him, and with the help of Mrs. Barry and my mom, they grabbed him. We didn't have a solution but to call the police. It was Mrs. Barry's idea because she didn't want him to continue walking free knowing he would continue to harass other girls. She called the police and Damien was arrested. At least now he will get punished for his crimes. I was terrified and it gave me a fear of neighbors and even nice people. I now find it difficult to trust others, because even if they seem nice, I believe that they may have wrong intentions at the back of their minds, like Damien, who we all liked but later turned out to be a stalker and rapist. Please tell me, what would you have done if you were there in my place? Do share it in the comment box below. And don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Bye!